Hi folks, I'm Ian Baker, the product specialist with Camping World, and today we're going to go over the 2018 Jayco J-Flight SLX 154BH. If you're looking for a small, lightweight family camper, this is maybe one for you. This one weighs about 2,700 pounds. Cool thing about that is if you have like a mid-size SUV and you're right at that 3,500 pound towing capacity, then this is one that may work for you. It gives you that extra leeway for some extra stuff, and that way you don't have to upgrade the family vehicle. We'll start off right over here. Right next to the entry door is your entertainment center. So if you're one that likes to watch TV while you're camping, you know, on that rainy day, this is where your hookups will be for it. You can see you have an electrical outlet right here. If you have a 12-volt TV, so you can run it off your battery, that one will plug in right there, directly above your lights, as well as a power awning. You take a look down below, right here is your radio. This controls the speakers in here as well as the ones outside, and it is Bluetooth capable. Little cubby hole right over here to the side. And then underneath, you have some excellent storage. You can see that, shelves going all the way down there, which is pretty cool. The reason I like this personally, and obviously you can use it for whatever you want, but for me, I would probably use that for shoes. That way when you walk in, you can take off your shoes, your flip-flops, whatever else, toss them right in there. It just gives you a convenient spot to have them rather than hanging out right in front of the door. Right above me, as you can see, there is the AC unit. The controls for it are right on here. It is nice and easy to use. In a small camper like this, folks, this will definitely keep it cool. I'm about 6 foot. You can see it. I can kind of bump my head on it there. So if you're a little bit taller, you want to make sure you duck your head so you don't hit it in the middle of the night. But I like the fact it is roof mounted. Then right over here to the side are your twin bunks. 300-pound weight capacity on here, which is fantastic. That way, you know, maybe you're not taking the kids. Maybe you're taking some adult friends, a fishing trip, or maybe a ladies' weekend, whatever it may be. You can sleep adults here. You know, again, if you're taller, you may have to curl up a little, but they are good-sized bunks here with that 300-pound weight capacity. You don't have to worry about crushing anyone on the bottom. You also have a grab handle here, so it's a little bit easier to hop up top. LED lights on both the top and bottom. And then you have storage underneath the bottom one here as well. I'll open this up for you so you can take a look. You'll see the access door to the outside underneath the second panel there. So good outside storage. And you have an electrical outlet down below. So if you have a cell phone or something, or maybe the kids have a tablet, they can plug it in right there. Behind me here is the bathroom. You'll see the foot flush lever toilet right down below. You have the toilet paper holder off to the side there. And then if you take a look over to the other side, you have a tub shower. I like having a tub in a bunk unit because that way if you have smaller kids, you're still able to give them a bath. Plus, the shower curtain is more likely to stay in the tub, unlike a shower where, you know, it's dumping water all over the floor. So I do like that. Right up top, you'll see you have a skylight there for a little additional head height. Then right over across the way, outside the bathroom here, you have a couple different options for this storage. Now, you can use this for pantry space if you want to be able to put your pots and pans and stuff in there. Or if you don't want to put your kids' clothes underneath the bunk, you can put your kids' clothes in here too. Then you'll also see you have another door for a little bit more storage right down below. Next to that is our kitchen. You'll see you have decent prep space right over here to the side. You know, especially for a small travel trailer, that's good countertop space. And the reason that they're able to do that, how they accomplish it, is by giving you a single bowl sink here and then a two-burner cooktop in a vertical orientation. Now, obviously, you know, a 3-burner cooktop and a double bowl sink would be nicer, but you lose all your countertop space then. So I think that this is definitely the better way to go. Right up above that on the wall, you will notice your tank monitoring panel there. Your water pump control is there too. And over to the side, you have an electrical outlet. So if you need to plug in coffee maker, toaster, whatever else, that is where you will do it. Take a quick look up top. You see some additional storage right up there. So again, if this is you're using this side space for kids' clothes, this will then be some pantry space. And then right over here is your microwave. Right underneath is your hood with a light and fan. We drop down underneath the countertop. You'll see your direct vent heater right here. So the kids will definitely stay nice and toasty, but you'll stay pretty warm yourself. And then underneath the sink is big open storage. I really like this because it is versatile. If you want, you can stack all your pots and pans in here. Or if you want a trash can, it can fit a pretty big trash can in there as well. Over here is your 3 cubic foot fridge freezer. We'll open that up. You have this little drop down freezer compartment right here. Folks, this unit does run off both propane and electric and also has automatic switchover. Now if we take a look all the way up front, this is your main seating area. This is a dinette. Currently I have it dropped down into the bed position, but you can see the table right there. It does have a small little cutout on this side. That way it's a little bit easier to sneak in and out, to be able to get around this countertop here. But the reason I have it dropped down into a bed, I do want to show you. Again, folks, I'm 6 foot. You see, if I lay down, I can lay down here pretty comfortably. My feet aren't hitting the wall. Plenty of space there. So if you are taller, and you're sick of having short beds when you're camping with your feet hanging off, you don't have to worry about it in here, which is pretty darn cool. You also have windows on both sides here, so you get a lot of natural light. The far side is an emergency exit. And then you have the big window right up front in the front cap there with the rock guard on it. Right up here, you have a little extra storage. You can see that. It has the net system there, so if you need to quickly grab something, that's a good spot to do it. And then you also have storage going all the way along the top. So this will probably be the main storage for your clothes right up here. Or you also have storage underneath this bench seat. So I'll show you this. I'll open this one up. The other side is full of like your water pump, water heater, things like that. But this side does have good open storage. Now that we've seen the inside, let's take a quick look at some of the outside features on the Jayco J-Flight SLX 154BH. Right up front here, folks, is your 20-pound propane tank. Pretty darn easy to access that. And right behind that, you, of course, have rails for your battery. Coming up the front here, some diamond plating to help protect the front end from any rocks or debris that get thrown up by your tow vehicle. And then above that, you have the rock guard here covering up your window. That way, again, any rocks, if they do make it up that high, it's not going to crack your glass. You can, of course, open this up, as I mentioned, to let in some natural light. You just have wing nuts right here that you tighten on either side to hold this open. Real quick, let's talk quickly about construction. So one of my favorite things about Jayco is the roof system on here. They used to call the Magnum roof system. And there's a couple things that go along with that. Part of it is the fact that they screw it rather than staple it. And if you know anything about construction, screws obviously hold much, much better than staples do. Also, they use 2x2s for vertical supports, where a lot of manufacturers are using 1xs or sometimes just a 1-inch strap of aluminum. So you definitely have a lot of extra strength there as well. They also use oversized nail plates on there, and they have one of the best roofing materials currently on the market, which is the Dyflex 2. It essentially is a fleeceless TPO. The reason it's so good is it has a lot of the excellent properties that you get from EPDM or a rubber roof without having any of the maintenance. So it's still nice and flexible. You don't have to worry about it cold cracking, and you don't have to get up there every year and put additives back into it. Plus, it helps with the streaking. You don't get near the streaks you get with the rubber because it doesn't have that black underside. So definitely, all in all, an excellent roof system on the Jayco there. While we're looking up top, you also see the power awning. So, that's great to have on a camper this size. A lot of times you don't get an awning at all, or if you do, it's a manual one. Not the case here, folks. Power awning, touch a button, it rolls out. Same thing to go right back in. And in the head, you have speakers on both sides. That way when your awning is extended, the music plays down on your campsite instead of blasting out at your neighbors. Those are controlled by that multimedia center I showed you inside, and that unit is Bluetooth capable. So if you want to sit out here in your chairs, you can just pull out your smartphone, connect to it via Bluetooth, and control the music there. Also, underneath the awning, it's sewed into the awning fabric itself, you have an LED light strip. Cool thing about that is it doesn't matter if the awning's rolled up like it is right now or half extended, completely extended. You can still use that LED light at night and you will have the light there shining down on your campsite, so you don't have to get up there and hang up some Christmas lights unless, of course, you really want to. Making our way back a little further here, you will see 2 electrical outlets right there, so if you need to plug anything in, you can do that. Foldable step to get into the camper, you just have the one step, it's really all you need. And you also have the grab handle right here, that way again, just gives you that extra control when you're heading in or coming out. If you take a look at the wheel here, you'll see this center axle. If you pop that cap off, folks, you'll notice this is an easy lube axle. Neat thing about that is there's a grease zert behind there, so you can just pump some grease in there rather than having to constantly repack your bearings. Now, bear in mind, there is still a process to it. You do have to lift the tire off the ground. You have to spin it. That way the grease evenly distributes. You don't just want to start pumping a bunch of grease in there. You can do more harm than good. You take a look right in the back here. this is that access I showed you to the storage underneath that bottom bunk. So again, you can access it from inside, you can access it from right out here. I really like that, you know, especially if you want to put like wood and stuff back there, or maybe marshmallow pokers, things that you get to fairly often. You can put more toward the outside, and again, put the kids' clothes more toward the inside. Right here on the back, you have your square tubular bumper. It does have the end caps. That way you can store your sewer hose in it. And then mounted to that is your spare tire with a cover. The thing that's great about having a spare tire right back here is it's probably the easiest spot to get to. You don't have to get down on your hands and knees or crawl underneath your camper. You can come right back here and take it off. Plus with the cover there, hopefully it'll be in good shape. Even better yet, hopefully you never have to use it. But in the event that you do, you know it's right back there for you. Coming around to the off-door side here, right down underneath in the back is your termination. Both your gray and black tank valves are located right next to it there. You'll also see all of your vents are on this side, folks. You know, you have your furnace right over here, your refrigerator vents here, as well as your water heater. So that way it's not blowing any hot air on you when you're on the campsite. You know, you're not sitting there in your chair getting all comfy and all of a sudden have a furnace blast on the back of your neck. That's not fun for anyone. So I like the fact all the vents are over here. Your electrical cord is right here, 30 amp cord. Just pull that out, plug it in. That'll give you shore power, granted that you have a post at your campsite there. And then if you want to go boondocking, you're going to want to fill your fresh water tank. You'll do that right here. If you have city water hookup, you'll hook that up right underneath. All right, folks, that wraps it up. Again, this is the 2018 J-Flight SLX 154BH. If you're interested in this lightweight bunk model and you'd like price and availability, simply click on the link in the description below. Thanks again for watching. I'm Ian Baker, and let's go camping.